All right, people. Thanks for subscribing. This is a crazy ride that this channel is on right now as far as the subscribers, and I've really hit a nerve, and some people are coming over who have had it with the Republican Party because they just look at things and they say, this whole domestic agenda is one thing, but it's the foreign policy stuff that Tulsi Gabbard believes in that has gotten the attention of so many people. And guess what? All of those people were ready when they voted for Donald Trump. There was a sea change, and Trump smartly, he at least talked a good game. He has no, there's no clue right now in his brain as far as what is happening. He's just letting these people take his foreign policy over, and he's basically parroting the stuff that they're writing for him. This happened today. This is kind of big news. I know if you're not into foreign policy or you're not wonky or whatever, you're not going to care. But I care because this is Tulsi Gabbard's campaign is based on stuff like this. The U.S. designates Iran's Revolutionary Guards as a terrorist organization. This is from RT America, so yeah, I'm a Russian bot. Just want to let everybody know. I've signed up. I've been taking classes, and now I'm officially a Russian bot. I report to Putin at the end of each day. Just want to throw that in there. The U.S. has designated Iran's Revolutionary Guards as a terrorist organization, accusing the elite force of financing and promoting terrorism in the region. Tehran is now eyeing a mirror response for the American military. That's just great. That's just great. So, all the things that Donald Trump ran on, America first, you know, protect the homeland first, and let's not get involved in interventionist wars. He's leaning just so heavy on the immigration thing. He thinks that's going to propel him. But there are people like me who are like, you know what? Yeah, I want a secure border. I'm not going to lie, I want a secure border. I think what we're doing right now is somewhat harsh in some regards, but I do want a secure border. But this stuff to me, this, like Tulsi Gabbard says, all this stuff trickles down from the top, and there's no more important issue in our time than the way America is conducting itself in the world right now. I know foreign policy is not a sexy issue. It's not a wedge issue. It's not going to get people who have different morals and values arguing with each other. It's like the two people are doing this, and meanwhile the American government is over here doing stuff that is completely... By the way, I think this is all unconstitutional. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm sure somebody who's got a better mind than I have can argue that. But this, even though it falls short of any kind of declaration of war, it is an aggressive act. And it's an unnecessary aggressive act because this country, again, is not threatening us. Look, we had Venezuela going on. Okay, I guess the one intervention wasn't enough. They're having a lot of trouble getting that guy Guaido in there. Is he in yet? You know, I hear he's in. Some media outlets report that he's in. Other people say he's not. We have Pat Robertson. Pat Robertson. Blessed are the peacemakers, Pat. Pat Robertson basically said that we need to go in and take out Maduro with a drone strike. Ooh, okay. Yeah, because that's what the Constitution says, Pat. I mean, just crazy. And by the way, that whole group of people, and I'm not trying to, because I'm a Christian, I've got to be careful. I'm not trying to sort of whitewash or put everybody in the same group, but there's a group of people that believe in that and then believe that Israel is the most important country. And guess what this is all about? Let's scroll down. Netanyahu thanks Trump for designating Iran's Revolutionary Guards as terrorists. Netanyahu, I believe, is up for election tomorrow. This apparently helps It helps his campaign that he is a hard ass on these people who... I haven't heard anything that Iran... Is Iran been in the news doing stuff? Because I haven't heard anything about it. Okay, so here's the guy that writes all the copy for President Trump. It's John Bolton. Here he is tweeting out. I really got to follow John Bolton on Twitter. Just so I can retweet and comment. Today's unprecedented move to designate the... See, he's touting it's an unprecedented... Look what we're doing. It's unprecedented what we're doing. Unprecedented move to designate the IRGC as a foreign terrorist organization demonstrates our commitment to maximize pressure on the Iranian regime. Everybody's a regime. Notice that? Regime change. Tulsi Gabbard, regime. Here's another regime. Until it ceases using terrorism as a tool of stagecraft. Okay? Statecraft, sorry. The corrupt IRGC invests in terrorism while Iran's people suffer. That's humanitarian. See that? See that last little dig there? It's while Iran's people suffer. No. Iran's people don't suffer because of what they do to other people, if that's what this logic is. Here's the next paragraph written in the RT article. Yet, Bolton may have somewhat jumped the gun here, as the Middle East state has been recently suffering from massive flash flooding. It was Washington's sanctions that prevented foreign aid from coming in. You can't... Look, folks, this is why you can't trust I'm just going to call it, we have state-run media here in the United States. That's what it is. It's state-run media. You can accuse RT all you want of being Russian state media. But the people who work at RT here in the United States have the freedom to say whatever they want because they're not bought by some mega corporation. The Russians pay for it. Those evil Russians, they pay for it, and because they pay for it, they're actually allowing the truth to get into our country. Now, there are other things you can read. The Intercept is good. There are things that are out there that are independent and free from the kind of warmongering bias that you're going to get just pretty much everywhere else. But yeah, we had sanctions, they had flooding, and the people were suffering because of that. And Bolton's out there saying, no, we've got to do this we've got to ramp up a war to prevent suffering. So then we end up going in there and blowing the place to bits. And who suffers? The civilians. They're the ones who suffer. Collateral damage, civilian casualties. Folks, this is why the Tulsi Gabbard campaign for president is crucial. And her issues play out right before us each day. This is a woman who's on point just by waking up in the morning because she's got the right issues. And this issue being at the top of her list, I know it's not glamorous for some people. You got to dig in here. You got to understand what this army is all about, that they're now a terrorist organization. I think this is their standing army. So they're just a bunch of terrorists. The whole army, we're just going to designate that. Oh, and Bibi gets a gift the day before the election. Tired of hearing about Israel, folks. I'm tired. It's... what happened to America first? It's Israel first. Now it's Iran first. It was Venezuela first. I mean, all these countries that we're getting involved with. That's even, I'd rather see an isolationist in the White House. I would, at least for a little while. Let's just pull everything back, and just cool it for a while. I mean, this is the theory on immigration, right? Let's just stop it for a while and regroup. I'd rather see we'd save more money than on the immigration thing if we just shut down the MIC for a while. Just shut it down. Just, hey, you know what, guys? Go home for a couple of months. You'll be all right. We'll save a few $trillion bucks, and we'll fire it back up when we need it. It's really tragic. But this is why foreign policy matters, and this is why we need Tulsi Gabbard as president. I know there's a lot of talk today about Bernie, and now that Tulsi's going to be on the debate stage, there's all this strategy going on, and you know what my philosophy is? Tulsi is my candidate. I'm supporting her until she gets eliminated or until she gets the nomination. Okay? And I'll keep supporting her, obviously, as president once she becomes president. This will be keep saving America, keep Tulsi Gabbard as president. We'll change the page. We'll do something to make it work. I just want to see our country stay out of this stuff. Trillions of dollars wasted. Countries, what do? They retaliate. Oh yeah? Well, your military are terrorists too. Okay, that's working just great. The fact that John Bolton is running the show, Bolton and Pompeo and probably Mike Pence and Jared Kushner, again, Jared Kushner's, I think they tell that story where Benjamin Netanyahu stayed in Jared Kushner's room when he came to speak in the United States. I mean, it's like a conflict of interest, and this isn't America first. It's not America first, and whether you agree and you think Israel is the greatest thing since sliced bread, or you're a little like me and you're like, hey, I think we've done that enough, and I think we need to focus on our own citizens. And the great progressive line that's out there right now is, really? You can't pay for it, but we can pay for what we're doing in this country, Iran. Or we can pay for what we're doing in Syria. Or we can pay for what we're doing in Afghanistan. Or we can pay for what we're doing in Venezuela. We can pay for all of those things. We can worry about all those places, but we can't worry about people here in the United States. That is one of the great lines that got me to come over to the dark side. So here I am, not going anywhere. We need Tulsi Gabbard as President of the United States. And we need it to happen soon. Okay, 2020 is coming. And yeah, Bernie's out there. Bernie would be a good second choice for me. But it's Tulsi all the way. Her foreign policy and this issue come to the fore every day, just about. Every day. All right, I'm done. See you soon.